Well, hello out there again, YouTube. John back again. We're going to switch the format up this time. I have gotten so much new stuff in the last couple weeks that, you know what, I feel the need to show off everything instead of my Laserdiscs. So we're going to be doing a massive Laserdisc, Blu-ray, and DVD update. And then be on the lookout for another video where I'm going to be doing a retrospective on the Pioneer CLD 606. So let's get the Laserdisc started, shall we? Alright, now a lot of these are a lot of Craigslist pickups. Actually, yeah, I take that back. You know, no Craigslist pickups. A lot of these are from the Laserdisc Forever Facebook page. A couple eBay finds. Got some stuff from Laserdisc Vault, Kevin Grosky, and you know, got a couple of half-price book scores as well. So let's get it going. All right, first couple ones here. This is going to be just a mixture, no particular order. First one I got is just the jacket because the disc is in the player right now. We got Spawn. I saw this movie actually opening night back in 1997 when I was 15 years old. This is still a great movie. I actually have this on Blu-ray. I've been tracking down the Laserdisc for quite some time. One of the Laserdisc Forever members was selling it for $1, so I'm like, okay, well, I'll pick it up for $1. And got it in. Plays perfectly, no problem. So thanks a lot for that one, and glad to have that one in the collection. I'm going to move this out of the way because I don't want to damage the jacket. All right, this one I got from Half Price Books. We've got The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Special Collector's Edition. You know what? I can't talk about too much about this movie. I've actually never seen it because, you know, the film, you know, let's just face it, the film print's always been pretty ugly and disgusting. I just got it because it was a couple bucks. And, you know, because I'm a big Universal horror fan, I like Lon Chaney Jr. So I picked this one up. You know, one of these days I'll watch it. I skimmed through the disc. It looks okay. Also picked up the other, of course, the other one we all remember Lon Chaney for, Phantom of the Opera. Again, same thing, never seen it, but figure a couple bucks, I'm going to pick it up. Alright, now next one. Now, this one is one of my favorite horror movies. It's actually right behind Dawn of the Dead is my favorite George Romero film. I picked this one up on eBay. Cost me a couple bucks, but you know what? You know, let's just say it cost me 25 bucks, but it was worth every penny of it. Got Martin. I've always liked this movie. I never actually heard of it until I saw a VHS copy of Scream Greats, Tom Savini, Master of Horror Effects. That's when I was, you know, starting to get into horror. Then they talked about Martin, and I thought this was like, okay, this is going to be an interesting movie. Well, luckily enough, I had a really good video store in town, and they actually had a copy of this on VHS. I watched it, and I immediately fell in love with it. I actually have both domestic DVD releases of this, the full frame and the cropped widescreen transfer. But one of my buddies pointed out that, hey, they have this on eBay right now. I'm like, oh, you know what, I'm going to finally break. I'm going to pick it up. You know, the quality, I'm not going to say it's bad. You know, it looks really good. The problem is it was taken from a 16mm print, I guess, you know, and there's a lot of print damage. I mean, the picture quality is good, but there's so much print damage. So it kind of does distract a little bit. You know, I've been spoiled on the DVD for so long. So, but you know what? That aside, this is a great release. I'm glad to have this one in the collection. All right, this is another one I picked up for $1. You know, I can't talk too much about this one. Got a video standard. Just needed it to calibrate my TV in my bat cave because I was having some problems. But this one got my TV straightened right up. I want to get the Video Essentials disc, but that one's a little bit too hard to come by. This one, believe it or not, for $1, I actually got all the books, and I actually got the blue filter, so I got a really good deal on that. All right, next one I got I got this from a member of Laserdisc Forever Facebook page. This is a great one. Got The Hidden. I actually saw this movie a long time ago. Saw it on VHS. I have the DVD. This was just a very criminally underrated, you know, sci-fi action movie. You know, great performances from Kyle MacLachlan, Michael Nouri, a terrific story. You know, Jack Shoulder, he's a good director. You know, he's done a couple good movies. You know, Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Alone in the Dark. But this is going to be, forever, it's going to be his masterpiece. So you know what? Glad to have this one on Laserdisc because there's a lot of bonus material on here that never carried over to the DVD, and there's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff, so another good one to have. All right, got this one off of from Half Price Books a few weeks ago. Ghost in the Machine. Can't talk about this one. Never actually seen it. I just remember when I was a kid, I saw TV advertisements for it. I'm like, I want to go to the theater to see this, but my parents, being who they were, of course they wouldn't take me, so. And now I saw it at Half Price Books for $3. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to pick it up finally, get a chance to watch it. All right, now, this one here, this is my last just single Laserdisc. I got this one from a guy off of eBay. Name's Anthony Klein. He's on the Laserdisc Forever Facebook page. And I've been after this one for quite some time. I finally got this one in my possession. Nemesis. Now, a little bit behind this movie. I actually saw this one on HBO back in, I want to say, 93, 94. I always thought it was a cheap Terminator ripoff, but for some reason, I loved it. I liked the action behind it. I love the special effects. I'm a huge Tim Thomerson fan. Tim Thomerson just chews the scenery in this. You know, it's a shame about Olivier Gruner. He never really did anything, you know, too noteworthy after this. Another reason I like this movie, and I got to meet the director, I met Albert Pune a few years ago, and, you know, we were talking about this. I said, hey, why hasn't Nemesis, you know, ever been re-released on DVD? And he told me that the Shaw family, the ones Imperial Entertainment, that was their company, he said that currently one of the family members is in prison and that the rights are just in limbo right now, so that's why it'll never be released again. So, you know, and this is on DVD, by the way, but the thing is the DVD is just a full screen transfer, and the Laserdisc is the only way you can actually get to see it in the original widescreen ratio. So that's why I've been after this one for a while, so I'm glad to have this one. All right, I'm going to move these to the side. All right. Now, these ones I got from Kevin Grosky over at Laserdisc, Laserdisc Vault. So, and he had a good flash sale going on. He had a good deal, so I figured I'd pick some of these up. I got the Invisible Collection. Love my Universal Monster series. This is a great set. The picture quality on all these is astounding. The sound quality is good. I will actually, dare I say this, it rivals the DVD. The DVDs suck compared to this. The Laserdiscs look so much better by contrast. Next one I got, another part of the Universal Monster series, but had to grab this one from him. Got the Abbott and Costello Monsters Collection. I love Abbott and Costello, right behind the Three Stooges for me. My favorite comedy troupe. These movies are all great, especially Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. That's just, you know, a hysterically funny movie. Got this one, like I said, all these I got for like $10, so, you know, the shipping wasn't too bad either, so I'm glad to have this one too. Now I got another one. I've been chasing this one down for a while, and that's Dragonheart. I have had this movie on countless formats. I had it on VHS. I had it on DVD. I bought the Blu-ray right when it came out. But the Signature Collection Laserdisc is something that's eluded me. You know, after I got my demodulator, I ran across a copy of Dragonheart in half-price books, but I noticed there wasn't an AC3 track on there. So I quickly just said, you know what, I'm just going to get the Signature Collection. And finally, Kevin Grosky had it for $10. I'm like, mine, you know, this is going to be mine. I want this finally. You know, the picture quality on this is astounding. I love the AC3 track. I watched it just recently, and the bonus material here. I mean, it all carried over to the Laserdisc, or excuse me, the Blu-ray and the DVD, but, you know, this is just where it was at, you know, back then. Now we got another one, that last one that Kevin sold me. We got Dante's Peak. You know, there's a good, nice little throwback B-action movie. I've always liked this movie. Now, the reason you have to... Now, this is one of those things where you kind of have to get the Signature Collection for this movie. And the reason is because they did release a single version just by itself, but the problem is that copy was pressed over at the DADC plant. I actually have had 2 copies of the single, and both of them are rotted all to hell. So, you know what? I said, one of these days I'll get the Signature Collection. Finally came up for $10. Had to snag it. Now, last but not least, we got one that came in off eBay the other day. This is my last Laserdisc I'm going to show you. Remember a few videos back, I talked about how I found V on Laserdisc over at Half Price Books. Had no idea that it was on Laserdisc. Well, wanted to see if The Final Battle was on Laserdisc. Sure enough, it was, but the prices were going crazy. Finally, somebody actually put one up on eBay recently, brand new and sealed. I said, you know what, I don't care how much this is going to cost, this is going to be mine just to have it on Laserdisc. Ended up winning the auction, came in yesterday, so there it is. Be the Final Battle. I did have to open it so I could check for laser rot and, of course, issues, but it passed the test. Discs, all the 3 discs play fine. This is a great set. Finally, I'm glad to have this complete on Laserdisc, because you know what, the DVDs just suck compared to this. The Laserdisc is where it's at. So I'm going to give it a quick pause for a second, guys, and we're going to do a DVD and Blu-ray update. Alright, guys, back again. So we got a bunch of DVDs and Blu-rays here that I've picked up over the last few weeks. Like I said, wanted to change the format up a little bit just to show you guys all the stuff that I usually come across. When I go out looking for DVDs, mainly DVDs, not Blu-rays, I like to hit up a bunch of thrift stores. And sure enough, I can find some really good stuff from time to time. But first we'll go with this one. I found this one at a half-price book, or not a half-price book, excuse me, Disc Replay, a little local business we have around here. Got He Knows You're Alone. Now, I've never actually seen this movie, but I know this movie's kind of rare. and I know that it's Tom Hanks' first film, so, you know, they actually had it mispriced at $4.99. I know this thing usually sells for about 20, 25 bucks, so I had to snag it for that price. If I don't enjoy it, hey, you know what? I'll sell it on eBay, get my money back, and then some. All right, next one. I picked this one up at a local thrift store. Runaway Train on DVD. Now, I know this thing's been on Blu-ray, but you know what? The Blu-ray is only available overseas, and while I do have Region B capability, I just don't want to spend the money on it, you know, so I have it on Laserdisc, and I grabbed it on DVD, so you know what? It's worth it for me. Still a great movie, like I said before. Best Canon production they ever did. Now, believe it or not, this next one I found in a thrift store for $2, and I couldn't believe it, that someone actually had donated this, and I quickly saw it, and I snatched it right up. And that's The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Funny series. I've read the book. I've seen the movie countless times. This is something I've been wanting to get for a while. You know, the price has never been too bad, but the fact that I wasn't even looking for it, and I saw it in a freaking thrift store of all places for $2, come on, I'm going to jump on that. All right, this is going to be the last DVD. Now, this one I spent a couple bucks on. Don't judge me, guys. I've always liked this one. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I saw this movie when I was a kid. Fell in love with the horribleness of it, the hilarity. Ended up dropping about 40 bucks on this one on eBay for a brand new copy. To me, totally worth it. I just wish this thing would come out on Blu-ray already. Now, I would love to get it on Laserdisc, but unfortunately, it's only ever been released in Japan, so you're kind of pigeonholed into getting it on DVD. Like, that being said, I wish this thing would come out on Blu-ray, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. Great set, great bonus material. Happy to have this one. All right, now next up, we got my Blu-rays that I got in. So we're going to start off with one of my favorite horror films, Lucio Fulci's The Beyond. Had to grab this one because it has a nice little glow-in-the-dark slipcover, limited edition, 5,000 for that one. Bang-up job they did on this. Outstanding picture quality, outstanding sound quality, killer bonus material. This movie has never looked better. I had this on DVD, but then I quickly sold it. You know, I sold it a while back, but, you know, I had to get this thing on Blu-ray. And I've been on kind of a Lucio Fulci kick, so I had to get, of course, I got this from a Facebook member, got Zombie, 2-disc Ultimate Edition Blu-ray, again, killer transfer, 2K. There's a little bit of DNR in here, but you know what, it's really not that distracting as many people say. And then last but not least on the Fulci, had to pick this one up. This just recently got released. Lucio Fulci collection has City of the Living Dead, House by the Cemetery, New York Ripper. 3 great movies. I got this for a great price. I actually had a $10 Sears coupon, so I nabbed this one for like 15 bucks, so $5 a movie is not too bad. This next one I picked up at a half-price bookseller this week, Renaissance Paris 2054. You know, another good movie. I saw this one when it came out. I like the cell animation behind it. The story's a little, you know, out there, but still it's a very good visual movie. Enjoy this one. There's a reason I picked this up, and you'll see why right at the end. Next one, pick this one up at a pawn shop, $5. John dies at the end. Say what you will, this movie is very underrated. You know, a lot of people didn't like it. They said Don Coscarelli didn't know what he was thinking. Me, I enjoyed the hell out of it. You know, I thought it was a nice little throwback to frickin' Naked Lunch and its craziness and utter hilarity. But you know what? This is a great movie, and for $5 at a pawn shop, I'm not going to complain. And another one we got here, I just got this one in from Twilight Time. Got Zardoz. You know, I only saw this movie one time when I was a kid. I know I liked it, but I knew it was very incomprehensible. But when I found out Twilight Time was going to be releasing this thing, I had to grab it. You know, $35, you know, but only, you know what? I had to. It's better than a DVD, I'll say that much. I haven't gotten a chance to open it yet because I've been really busy, so I'm not going to watch it anytime soon. But you know what? The reviews came in. Reviews say, hey, it's a great transfer. It's a great everything, so we'll see. Now, the last two I ended up getting, I ordered these from CD Japan. Got Memoirs of an Invisible Man, and we already talked about this one when I got it on Laserdisc. Now, the reason I tracked it down, I told you guys that, you know what, I didn't want to take a chance on the Blu-ray, but, you know, I got tired of seeing people trying to overinflate the price of that DVD. And then I did a little research, and I found out that this thing is Region A friendly, that it has OK transfer, you know, and it actually has some bonus material. So I finally said, you know what, I bought the thing. You know, and I watched it the other day. It has actually a really good transfer. There's no edge enhancement, no DNR, none that I see. It's probably taken from a little bit of a dated source, but that aside, they didn't put any filtering or anything on there. All the bonus material from the original Warner Brothers DVD carried over, and it actually has a nice little, what is it, a PCM 2.0 track. So, you know what? Anybody out there trying to get, gouge you for that DVD, don't do it. Just go to cdjapan.com. Buy it for, it's like $11 on sale, and then with airmail, it's $5, so it only cost me $17. That's a better deal compared to an outdated DVD. And of course, the other reason why I ordered from CD Japan, I finally broke, and I spent a killer amount of money on it, but I had to have it. Equilibrium. Now, even though it says Rebellion on here, it is Equilibrium. So, here's the thing. I love the movie, we'll say that much. I had to buy this because, you know what, any of you aren't aware of that out there. This thing has been released in North America a record 5 times on Blu-ray. 5 times. And each of the 5 times they've released it, something has been wrong. Let's start from the beginning. Make it quick. Came out in Canada back in, let's just say for namesake, 2010, came out in Canada. They used a cropped transfer made for HD TV, but at least had a DTS 5.1 HD track. Sounded really good. Problem is, movie's meant to be seen in 2.35:1 scope. So, I'm not taking a crop transfer, couldn't do it. Alright, then it came out by Echo Bridge back in 2011. Same exact thing. 178:1 framed HD TV transfer. 2.0 lossless HD track. Come on, we're actually going to watch this movie in stereo here? Sorry. No thank you. Ended up coming out again twice over. Now, it came out in a... now, this one I did have. I had the 2-pack with Renaissance Paris 2054 and Equilibrium. Now, those actually used the right framing, but the problem was it used a lossy Dolby Digital 5.1 track. So, come on, we're in the Blu-ray age here, guys. You don't do a 5.1 Dolby Digital track on a Blu-ray, okay? Now, the other way it came out was it came out in a 6-pack with a bunch of other movies. Now, the thing with the 6-pack was that actually had the right framing and a DTS lossless HD track. But the problem with that, it was horribly compressed. I mean, we're talking, this movie shared a disc with 2 other movies. The file size was only 15 gigs, so... it's going to look horribly, horribly compressed. There's going to be a lot of compression artifacting, a lot of errors. So, you know what? That wasn't worth it to me. Now, finally, the last one, it just recently got re-released by Lionsgate. Lionsgate had the chance to do it right, but they still failed. They basically just put it out in the right framing, but still did a Dolby Digital 5.1 track. Why would you do that? It is not that hard to just... port everything over. So you know what? I said, enough's enough. You've had 5 chances to get it right. Finally picked it up from Japan. Watched it the other day. You know what? $40 well spent. So it was worth it. So, sorry for the rambling, guys, but this movie just gets me... I hate what's been done to it over the years. So, that being said, hope you enjoyed this little update video here. We're going to be doing, like I said, I'm going to be shooting a retrospective in a couple minutes. Going to be doing a retrospective on the Pioneer CLD 606 because I just picked it up yesterday. So be on the lookout for that. Talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.